watched it. Good morning. So this is my topic, the importance of affordable housing. Before we get started, my introduction, I just wanted to include some pictures to kind of reflect on as I read this. This is a thing called hostile architecture, and this is very common in like bigger cities. And what they do is they kind of took away the benches so people wouldn't sleep on them. They put these at bus stops, so same reason, so people wouldn't sleep on them. They have these like sharp things on places so you can't sleep, but you can sit. You can't. They have most businesses have these in front of there, so people won't sit there and kind of like homeless people mainly wouldn't sit there and kind of solicitate, I guess. And this is under roadways things, because it was common for people to camp there, so they put these spiky things there. And this is all to get rid of homeless people. So to start off, this is Skid Row. Skid Row is the unofficial name for a neighborhood in downtown Los Angeles. This neighborhood has one of the largest stable populations of homeless people. Some websites say there are about 4,000 people here, but this was back in 2018. Since then, in 2020, reports say that this number has almost tripled, with 11,000 individuals, including children, now living here. From a documentary I was watching, there are like different types of encampments like this around LA besides Skid Row. These encampments are communities of houseless people who group together and come up with their own food banks, child care, just anything to help each other out. Although this isn't the reality for most homeless people to have a community like this, most stay on the sidewalk, and the cities have put in place ordinances to remove any homeless people from sidewalks, bus stops, basically anywhere. So they take like their tents and everything and they kind of dump them anywhere just to get them out of the streets and everything like that. So it's my introduction. According to the International Human Rights Law, the right to adequate housing is a human right, but in today's economy, most of us are living paycheck to paycheck. This is causing the decline in homeowner rates to drop annually and significantly decline for the homeowners under 35. Housing is crucial for the development and expansion of the local workforce. According to the article, The Importance of Affordable Housing to Economic Competitiveness by David Schwartz, it's commonly recognized that ownership of houses is important for local, political, and stable social stability. Furthermore, wealth generation. In my speech today, I will be elaborating on two major causes contributing to the rise in home ownership and the rise in homelessness. The first being a rise in mortgage interest rates, but with the average income rate to be stagnant. Secondly, a rise in the price of housing supplies. The increased demands to push rent and home prices beyond levels considered affordable to household median incomes. This is a major concern since the average income has not changed or has not risen. The general cost of living has also risen, but the average working household income has stayed the same. Affordable housing isn't just a low-income, isolated problem. This affects everyone on an economical level as well as a social level. To further this argument on why housing is important, in the article, The Importance of Housing in Neighborhood Resources for Urban Micro-Businesses, a study done in the UK suggests neighborhoods and housings are great resources for micro-businesses. From an economic standpoint, this is important because all businesses are micro. They provide benefits or assets like security for loans, physical space, and business Next, I'll be discussing my next reason for decline in home ownership. The cost of materials for houses has gone up. But with that, so has the impact of the current housing has on the climate. In California, the Global Warming Solution Act of 2006 requires the state to reduce its greenhouse gas emission to the 1990 levels by 2020, which translates to about 15% reduction below. So these are my solutions. According to the article, The Importance of Affordable Housing to Economic Competitiveness by David Schwartz, funding services that come directly from federal funding create programs to help aid. Although these programs are declining in funding, they are still essential. The federal low-income housing tax credit program administered by state housing finance agencies. The equity is placed through these programs for a capital for new, rehabilitated, or preserved affordable rental projects. This includes homeless shelters and traditional housing. My next solution is building more sustainable homes is better for Building more sustainable homes is better for the planet and costs less. There is no significant difference in average cost for a green building as compared to a non-green building, but these effective strategies can support California's GHG goals of decreasing pollution. Another benefit to these green housings is that they would be beneficial to lower income brackets, as most lower income individuals spend a greater percentage on energy and utilities. So my visualization is if we push for more federal funding, more programs could be put into place for housing. If housing becomes more accessible and affordable, maybe a decline in crime, a rise in communities that are more able to support micro-businesses. In support of these micro-businesses, more jobs can be available. And as I previously mentioned, they provide benefits and assets like security loans, business networks. Building more greenhouses is to help with the climate change and supply and demand problem, as well as costing less in utilities. So my call to action is, in order to put these solutions into play as citizens, we have to practice our rights, especially the right to vote. Vote for leaders that would advocate for the funding of housing and would also advocate for green, sustainable housing. Us as individuals, we have to choose to build our homes in green, sustainable materials. This would not only benefit us in the long run, but with a decrease in utilities would also benefit the climate, as it would decrease the rate of pollution. And these are my sources.